Hello, this is Sean O'Ryan here. I'm a professor of sociology at Maynooth. I'm head of the Department of Sociology and the Centre for the Teaching of Politics. And I'm here to just give you a very brief overview of the possibilities for research postgraduate study at Maynooth. There's another presentation and a set of slides and a whole set of other information about our two master's degrees. So if you're interested in a PhD, I certainly recommend it as an interesting exploration. It's a fascinating time in your life. It's a challenging time. It's something to think about carefully and to talk with us about. So this is really just to kind of open the door to that conversation. Talk to me, talk to other people that you can identify in the department who share your interests and so on, who might be potential supervisors. But the main thing I want to say is that Maynooth is an excellent place to do a PhD. We're a leading national and international centre for scholarship in both sociology and in politics, with some fantastic colleagues working in one or indeed both of those. And we offer PhDs in topics and themes, close to both disciplines. So it is really your topic that defines the direction of the PhD. So just to dive right in, what is our system? There are two forms of research postgrad degrees. The MLit, which is a smaller piece of research, it aims for less, I suppose, original contribution than the PhD, which is a very chunky piece of research that takes typically around 4 years. And within that, we have two main strands. The first is a high quality supervision system. So your core relationship is with your supervisor. And we have a very wide range of well-known international researchers working in international research projects, publishing in international journals and with university presses, and etc., and prestigious presses around the world. We have a lot of experienced supervisors, and we back them up with second supervisor system and indeed access to kind of all the colleagues really. So you'll get to know quite a number of the staff and be able to discuss your work with them. We have departmental review of progress. There's a communal kind of collective effort which surrounds the core relationship between the supervisor and the student. You'll also get to know other postgrad students. There's a postgrad offices, postgrad kitchen, and so on. So we try and build this that, this is, although it's a solo degree, it is also a degree that you do as part of a community. The second strand then is a series of courses which are there really to support. You get the PhD for your thesis, but the courses are there to support you through that and give you a bedrock of knowledge and information and training and education that you get to help you work towards the thesis, but also to make sure that you come out with a broad set of skills. So there's a few different strands to that. There's a lot of detail we could go into, but just briefly, we have a workshop that's absolutely crucial in the first semester of the first year, and there you work with other students starting out from sociology and other disciplines, collaborating, discussing and learning about their projects as well as your own. It's a tested formula that students absolutely love. There's training and education in teaching, which is a very valuable skill. It will help you if you're tutoring and so on. That's offered by the university, and in fact the department helped to contribute to the development of that, because we were the first department in the university and possibly even in the country to develop our own certificate in teaching and learning way back 15 or 16 years ago. Then there's a whole set of research methods classes that you can take that will support you for the research you're going to do, courses that you can do in areas that will be of interest to you, and you can get credit for international summer schools or more specialized courses that you might want to take to support the development of your thesis. So that's the basic structure. The PhD itself is a massively interesting and challenging exploration and chance to really make your mark, to set your stamp on a particular area. But it needs a lot of support around it, and that's the system that we have in place for you. So it's maybe not surprising then that you can see, for example, that a whole there's 8 books here that have all come directly from PhD theses done in our department, and many of the authors of these books are employed in universities or research institutes and so on around the world. And in this case, a number of people employed in the DCU, Liverpool, Maynooth, and beyond. Right. So really, our research is at a high level, and we bring the PhD students through into writing books and articles. That's grounded in the fact that we are a leading department. You can see here some of the bodies that have funded our research, and we're very, very competitive in terms of gaining European research, which is in a way the gold standard of kind of international research in this area. But there's a whole range of things that people are interested in. I'm working on topics that range right across the world, into Asia, the Americas, Africa, and across Europe, of course. This just gives you a small smattering. This montage is even a few years old, of the different range of different topics that we explore, right across from kind of the micro dynamics of people's lives and their inner emotional worlds, their relationships with those around them, how they commemorate important events, what they work at, and so on, right up to the huge structures of global religious change, changes in globalization and security, the growth of populism, and so on. So a whole range of things that you can get supervised in if you're doing a PhD. And the last thing is just to say, of course, this is a 4-year or so project. It's expensive. It's about €6,000. You check out postgraduate fees page for more information on the cost. There are Hume Doctoral Scholarships, which are closed now for this year. Those are open to new entrants, but if you were applying for 12 months from now, you would have the option to apply for the Hume scholarships. We hope to be able to offer a graduate teaching fellowship this year. Again, more detail will become available. Just reviewing our finances right now. There's the Government of Ireland Postgrad Scholarship through the Irish Research Council. Our students have been very successful in that regard. It's very competitive, but we get a lot of support through the Postgrad Workshop. And if you're eligible, Susie will also fund up to 4 years of total postgrad study under certain conditions. Those 4 years also include masters. But while it's difficult to get financing, it is nonetheless possible, and students have had that experience in the past. So those are some of the practicalities. I've gone on long enough. You get the sense of what we're about, and the most important thing is to take this as the opening to a conversation that we hope that you would like to continue with us about the possibilities for undertaking a PhD in Maynooth. And one of the things I would say in doing that is, of course, feel free to contact myself, the postgrad coordinator, Dr. Owen Flaherty, but also any of the lecturers whose work you find interesting. And you'll find them under the people on our department website. So very best of luck, and I look forward to talking with you in the future.